For any federation to endure, one thing is essential: a shared political identity. This can take shape in many ways, through security, culture, or religion, but it is the common thread that allows citizens to see themselves as part of the same whole. That's the view of Larry Kramer, President and Vice-Chancellor of the London School of Economics. Speaking in an exclusive interview with FMT, he warned that without unity, federal structures are bound to collapse.
There are tensions between, let's say, a federal government and its state components, and perhaps the challenges persist. Could you explain a little bit about how you think these ought to be resolved, or how, as people, we can contribute towards, softening the challenges?
Before you even think about whether it's going to be federated or not, you need a sense of shared political identity. And if the differences get too deep so that people no longer see that, then it's not going to work no matter what structure you use.
Kramer says many of today's crises can be traced back to this erosion of identity. But federations can still succeed if power is carefully shared between the centre and the states.
Some kinds of decisions are best made at a large national level because they affect everybody. Some decisions are better made locally because they're going to affect people differently.
He said that in the US, this balance was struck by giving federal law supremacy, while still embedding state voices in the system.
In the United States, the way they did it was they gave the national government a lot of power, and they made a decision that the decisions that it made, its law would be supreme. It would trump local law when they conflicted, but then it constituted the national government in ways that had the states directly represented within it. So, the elected representatives came from the states and perceived themselves as there also to represent their state interests.
Congress reflects that compromise. One chamber, the House of Representatives, based on population, and the other, the Senate, giving every state equal weight. Across the Atlantic, Kramer pointed to Europe's principle of subsidiarity, written into EU treaties, which keeps decisions on schools, hospitals, and policing close to home, while trade, the environment, and cross-border security are handled collectively.
In Europe, they talk about the principle of subsidiarity, which is to say, what level is the decision best made at? Let's try and make it as close to the ground as possible. And being close to the ground always makes sense, because the closer people are to the decisions that are made that affect them, the more likely they are to accept the decision, even if they don't necessarily agree with it.
Hannah Kam, FMT.